Hey, we're gonna build some arrows today for you quickly. We're also gonna have a powwow and discuss broadhead options for spring bear. And Tim and Jake are gonna go over their arrow selections, Tim's new bow. And at the very end of this video, I'm gonna be sending some deep bombs with this new setup that I'm gonna build before your very eyes. Let's go. 300 spine. These are IP5s from AEE. These will come with your RIP TKOs. The green is what came with it on this batch. I don't want green, I want yellow, so I bought my own. Make sure it's matched up with the spine alignment on the spine. Theoretically, that's the stiffest part of this shaft. Because we cut these at the bow shop, we're gonna use the G5 squaring tool and just make sure that we're square. This is a step I don't want you to skip. From there, this is a tool from Iron Will Broadheads, and I can stick it in the shaft and clean out any debris, and then I can get a little bit of acetone on a Q-tip. We'll go here to clean out anything there, and then it'll only take a few seconds to dry. You can see that excess carbon that we don't want. From there, take your Podium Archer titanium 50 grain insert, and you're gonna flush that up. You see that's gonna fit beautifully. There's no bump. It's a smooth transition. I'm gonna use AEE Max Bond. I'm gonna be very generous with the amount of glue, especially giving it in those divots, like so. Wipe any excess off. Don't get any on your wife's countertops. We'll let that dry. And then we're gonna fletch up for this batch. We're gonna use the Arizona Easy Max Mini, and I'm gonna put the spine alignment side on the lighter blue, cock vein up. We are gonna go to the left. No, fill points do not come loose. These are MFJJ's fill points that he is now selling, Podium fill points. That O-ring right there will ensure that these don't come loose. So your arrow's spinning left, but this is threaded right. It doesn't matter, that's not gonna come loose. And I've never had any broadhead come loose ever on any animal ever. Quit asking me, it doesn't come loose. These are AEE HPs. These are hybrids, so they don't need a primer pin. That's one less step. We're gonna go 2 yellow and 1 white. So we're gonna use the Max Bond glue. It doesn't take much. White is gonna be cock vein, so there. Make sure it's seated exactly where you want it. Rinse and repeat 2 more times. Last one. Push this up. Set it down. Grab your other one because 2 will speed up your job. Rinse and repeat. Spine alignment, light blue. 2 yellows and a white. Wing. Any excess glue. Make sure you get a dab, especially on these ends. I like to dab every corner. You can see this vein goes to the left. That's gonna steer a broadhead very well. We're gonna test these against the Max Stealth. These are our 2 candidates. So we got a 450 grain total weight with Max Stealth, Trad 600s, 125 fill point, 300 spine, cut as short as possible for my draw length, which is 27. And then the candidate for 2023 is the same arrow. The arrow's cut a little longer. So I'll show you guys. So the arrow is cut a little longer. Total weight 427. We will get you an FOC. I'm gonna use an FOC calculator. Measure from throat of the nock to the end of the shaft. Measure the throat to the balance point. FOC 14.81%. FOC 427 grain. Helical to the left with the AAE hybrid HPs, high profiles. That's going to steer a broadhead exceptionally well. The only difference would be the sound. This is going to be a quieter option. As far as the Max Stealth versus HPs, both great options. I stand behind both, and then we'll test these out and see which group's the best. But this is looking like a pretty dope setup and a flat trajectory, and we'll probably end up putting some single bevels on there from Iron Will and be able to go through anything we need to. Okay, you got your Oscar bow. Is that the name? Oscar the Grouch?
I don't have a name. I'm waiting for the people to help me out with that. That was Gumby. But it's pretty done. It's done.
Where's your leg lens?
They're in the North Idaho bush from last year. No.
So your back bar is a 10-inch as well?
Yeah.
And do you like that?
So far, yeah. It's actually balanced pretty well.
Okay, and then You...
I mean, I'm thinking less about balance, more about intimidation factor. Like, I think I need 24 inches on the front just so when I show up to the range, you know I'm in business.
Okay, let me run through. So you have the bridge locks, you got the V-bar attachment,
Yeah.
the side plates from ElkShape, the Epsilon rest.
Yeah.
You got custom strings from A3.
A3, R3, bloodlines.
Bloodlines. You have the 33 phase 4. You have an Ultra View, the smaller housing ones.
Smaller housing on a
Double.
Yep.
What is this?
That's a B3 exact
That's what you used
rail.
to attack last year,
It's a
right?
B3 exact rail, yeah. And I like everything about that rail except it doesn't slide super fast.
Okay, and
Like if
this
you want to go
is-
from 20 to 100, it takes a second.
This is still the, you're still on the takedown Dan thing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take
Oh,
that down.
yeah?
It's one big deal in 2023.
That's
Yeah.
that's a target.
The thing is with Tyler Denham's help, you did take me down.
I know. Yeah, but that wasn't one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But that was fun. And that was a great day.
Have you decided on an arrow combination?
The thing about arrow combinations is every time you change one, you gotta change your sight tape. And I really like the RIP TKOs. I have no reason to change them other than the ABT. And I think that my ABT needs to be like in form, not my arrow. You know, I have a really good arrow. I'd rather spend time on my form than
Wow, there's a concept. So
Yeah.
spend more time majoring in the actual skill of archery versus the equipment. All right, so this is what I'm gonna use. The foreseeable future, I have the vectors. I like the vectors,
Yeah.
for sure. It's a great option, but the RIP TKOs have won me over because of their GPI. I can run 300 spines, which all of them tell me 340, 350 spine. So with RIPs, I've been able to go stiffer and still come in lighter, which allows me to really manipulate the FOC, which I like 15% plus FOC. So we decided, we clocked this arrow, and what we did is we started at 1 foot, 2 foot, 4 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot, and kept shooting this bare shaft. And I'm not shooting a bare shaft to do bare shaft tuning. I still think that's a complete waste of time, but I don't clown on people for wasting their time. I think if that's the weeds you want to get into, freaking do it, man. We support you.
Yeah.
We support you. I personally just skip to the end and put a big old chunk of metal, aka a broadhead, on the end and shoot it and see what's up with that arrow, and I go through all my arrows. But I like to start with 3 dozen arrows. If you buy 3 dozen shafts, do you know how much that is? It's over 600 bills.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Anyways,
These are expensive. These are
are
on the high
expensive.
end, yeah.
Bougie.
Yeah, they're super light as far as the GPI, and they slide out of the target, which is like
An underrated
underrated,
feature.
especially when you're on our little 3D archery tour that we go on.
And if you want it to go in and out of target, it's pretty easy. It's
We're
all
trying to take that down.
whatever.
I personally wish that they would make that in a 4mm. No.
They do,
but
Don.
with an outsert that is not a outsert. I don't like.
Buy the Easton titanium outsert for 4 mils, and you'll be very happy.
And then what do we end up with, like a total cost for an arrow by the time you go RIP TKO plus Easton outsert plus decent broadhead, which is like a $60 arrow, right?
Yes, and then you go to tack and you lose half of your arrows.
We need the people to give us their best budget arrows to test. Like,
That should be a video in itself.
yeah.
I'm gonna support my good friend Josh. He made these. These are his inserts, so I guess that means they're podium inserts. Hashtag not sponsored. I asked him to sponsor me. Josh said he wouldn't sponsor me. To me, so
He's got
that
paid for his new truck. He's like, nope, these are
He's got paid
$4
for
a
his new
piece.
truck. These are 50 grains of titanium.
How many dollars per?
Don't know. I think he's charging.
Do you know?
It's expensive. So you put this titanium in here, it flushes out super nice with the 5mm rip. So that's the thing, anytime this stuff sticks out, you'll pull this out and it'll stay in the target and then you get pissed off. So that fit is money. It's a little bit further out than the Trad 600 gold tip, which we ran consistently, and I like those. But this has the ability for you to screw in additional weight. So if you want to bolster your FOC, you can come in from the back, which you're probably
Wait, what did you just say?
which you're probably really good at.
The back door.
You can come in from the back door, Tim, and add more weight in the back if you want. I'm not. So basically my arrow is gonna go get lighter this year. This weighs 22 grains less than the Trad 600 from Gold Tip. I'm also leaning heavily towards the Max Stealths or hybrid HPs. Some people call them the blazer knockoff, I believe is what Josh called them.
Yeah, he did.
What?
What does Bodie Turner run? What are those called?
Call him up. He just got a 660 again at Lancaster.
Yeah, shout out to the Turners. Both
That's history, by the way. History.
Yeah.
Good job, Bodie. You just made history again.
We got a Bodie video. We can link right here.
So anyways, I guess I'm gonna helical the crap out of those HPs. I'm gonna do a few, and I'm gonna test them against Max Stelz. And then what I'm gonna test them with is a freaking fixed broadhead at about 100 yards. And that's what I like to do and see how they fly. But I think that it's undeniable, those HPs. And then I'm gonna have Jake stand downrange, or I may or may not hit him, but he'll be able to tell me. And Jake's ears, when I go elk hunting with Jake, when we first started elk hunting, I would be like, hey, I think that bull's 300 yards. How far do you think it was? And he'd be like, 232 steps. And I was like, shut up. Now, I don't even know how to gauge how far an elk is. I just look to Jake with the camera and I go, how far is that? And he's like, says whatever, and that's what it is. Your hearing is off the charts, Jake.
That's a good
Like he's like, he's got like sonar. It's like pinging off trees and stuff, and he's telling me the exact distances.
Yeah, use both ears and the 330 bull that way. Smell them.
So that's what I'm gonna do, dude. That's what I'm gonna build right now.
I'm excited about it.
What are you gonna run, Jacob?
I'm running that exact same thing.
How are we gonna be different?
Well, how's that gonna happen?
I got orange veins, he's got yellow veins. And my arrows are longer because I don't have little arms.
One thing that is undeniable.
They're not long. They're not short, but they are little.
One thing that is undeniable now is that I have the best looking bow in the group.
Why the orange? Everything was going great until you threw the orange in.
It's like baby poop. So that color is.
You like ate Fruit Loops and then pooped out Fruit Loops all over this bow.
The orange it's like my hunter's orange, so I can find it in the woods.
I'll be real. Without the bright green strings, this thing's but now that you got the bright green, it's growing on me, and I think it's gonna continue to grow on everybody.
I think it will too.
Yeah.
I told Josh it's like going on the third or fourth date with someone that you weren't so sure about. Like now it's starting to come around. You're starting to realize that maybe there's more to the story than just what you see, and it's grown on. It's grown on people.
It takes you until the third or fourth date to figure that out.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Yeah.
We also got this
Oh baby.
package from Sever. We got this bear hunt coming up in Canada.
Bust out your EDC, son. Where's your flip? Where's your flippy?
Jake probably stole it. It was on the counter.
What's your yesterday? I left.
The bottom line is that those severs is you guys don't get to shoot any bears with severs. I called it. Like, so we're gonna be shooting bears, Lord willing, in Canada. I'm not gonna say A. I've been saying A after every time. I'm respectfully gonna say, how's a boot? We head to Canada, A, and shoot bears with different broadheads and report our findings to our viewers who like to know the results. So I'm gonna run that Sever 2.0, hopefully through, I don't know if it's 2-blade, 3, I haven't looked at it yet, but I call Sever. So gun to your head, Jake, what are you gonna use on a bear?
Honestly, I was thinking about running Grim Reapers.
Grim Reaper what?
Micro Hades, 3-blade, 125.
Those are already proven. That's not really helping out the audience. Like, they already know that's like the best blue collar, price range broadhead made in America, flies better than anything, proven. I've put it through shoulders of elk and killed them. So try, Jake.
What about through a head though?
That's
We'll
safe.
come back
What
to
about
you.
headshot?
That's safe.
Tim, what are you thinking?
My gut would be the Grim Reaper expandables, the pros or whatever.
The Pro Series.
Hybrid?
That is the #1 seller for them, the Pro Series.
Yeah. The other one I would like to try is the hybrid that's half fixed, half.
Now Jake has some of those.
Yeah.
He has the hybrids.
And those could put a hole in the backside.
Why don't you use the hybrids? No, him with the good looking haircut. Eric Chester's haircut. I'm gonna keep saying that.
Eric Chester doesn't have hair from here to here. My hair is way
Do you
better.
think him and Eric Chester have the same barber?
Yeah, something's going on there. Oh.
He's got more of the mullet in the back. Mine's more like a faux hawk.
So why don't you use the hybrid since you have
That
them
wouldn't
already?
be bad. The thorn, honestly, like the thorn, I know would put a big hole in it, but
That's all you need on a bear.
yeah. I'll shoot a thorn.
And did you see the video? We'll link back where he said you only shoot cubs.
I only shoot cubs.
But you gotta throw
That's
me
on
under the
video.
bus.
I defended you. I said you're a hater, Jake.
I've got a nice bear. Yeah.
How many
What,
bears
about
has
3
Jake
bears?
killed with a bow?
Yeah, how many have you killed with a bow?
0. I pass on cubs.
No. There's, okay, flashback to Jake shooting at a cub last year.
Oh! The one I
That
was
was
like,
a little bear.
That was a little bear, dude. Like, you were gonna pack that thing out whole.
definitely.
Yeah.
I would have campaigns that
And
thing.
I would be the first one to admit I have shot a bear that I thought was bigger and walked up to it, and I just threw it over my shoulder and walked right out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right, so
Both-
hybrids, Pro Series, that's all Grim Reaper, a Sever. No one's gonna use a Thorn.
I'll shoot a thorn.
Thorn would be good. And we got Drew. Drew's gonna shoot a bear
Drew's
with a
gonna-
700 grain arrow.
Drew's gonna serve the Ranch Fairy audience and use the best setup they. Yeah, he's gonna
He's
gonna
a
do 'em
cutthroat.
right. He's gonna do him right. He's gonna do like a 650 grain arrow with a big old single bevy,
It'll be a 250 grain cutthroat or whatever.
Yeah.
and then Drew's gonna go run a marathon around us and tell us with his big old white chiclets. And
And he'll eat a lot of meat.
Drew's the man we all hope to be.
Facts. Well, should we get to doing some tinkering, some arrow building, some
Yeah.
testing?
Build them up.
All right.
Break them down and build them up.